Colouring Heaven have sent me this freebie, which is one of their pocket edition magazines, and it is, as you can see, a Christmas edition. Now this one is available separately. It's not part of their normal subscription, so it's a separate thing, which you can buy from their website, and you can get it from the shops that normally stock their magazines. It's a little extra series, pocket size, so it's a little bit different. I think if you're a subscriber you might be able to get them slightly cheaper, but I'm not sure. But here we go. The sun has just come in over my desk, so I'm just going to shut the blind and then we're going to do a flip through. This is also available as part of a Christmas bundle. They have 3 books. Their Christmas subscription issue, which if you're a subscriber you'll get anyway, plus this one, and there's another Christmas book. I can't remember what it's called, but there's that one too. So should we have a look inside? It doesn't say who has designed the pictures. Sometimes it tells us. Let's have a look. It's got a little colour wheel. Tells you to put some card behind the page if you look using pens. That's about it, and nothing else. No other information yet. So we have these 3 lovely little rabbits with some gifts and holly. Now they're slightly grayscale, these pictures, which is quite interesting. I don't always find grayscale colouring that easy, but actually there isn't very much. It's really just showing us where the shadows might be on some of the areas, so I think that would be absolutely fine. So no, it doesn't tell us. It doesn't even have a name for each picture. Sometimes they have names for the pictures, but this one doesn't. This is a gorgeous little penguin, look, outside in the with snowy trees and things. Now what you might notice about these is the images are fairly large. There's not so much small detail in them, which is quite attractive. I find sometimes I want something like this, which is bigger and would be quicker, and other times I want something more detailed. So you know, I have different moods, but you may prefer this sort of image, you may not, you know. And here we have a koala, I'm thinking, inside a little box, very cute. Are a pair of owls, and they are on a branch, look, which has got this little garland on. I notice all of these have got a little line around the edge, which is really nice because it means you don't have to try and get right into the spine there to colour, so that's rather good. Or you can of course draw that edge in with a ruler and then do like a frame round if you want to do it that way. Panda, and we have I was going to say a tiger, it's not, it's a leopard. Size-wise, by the way, I'm just going to show you it. This is the Johanna Basford Weekly Planner. It's just probably a little bit, the planner is slightly wider, but not as long. So it's about that sort of size, just for reference. It's smaller than their normal magazines. So yes, I'm thinking leopard, not tiger. This one's cute. Look, we have a little bird table. Look, such a cute. And a rabbit's got little antlers. And here we have a little pile of teacups. It's nice. I like that. Now I'm not sure what this is. I'm thinking bear. And we've got lots of holly. We've got cute hats and things. It's very sweet. It's got a cookie. And this one is not a reindeer, despite the ears. Look, that's a band. This is a donkey. Oh, there's a hedgehog, porcupine, one or the other. Oh, that is adorable. That's just so sweet. Oh, I love these little furry cows. It's like a little baby Aberdeen Angus. And I'm thinking raccoon. And a sloth, and we've got poinsettias here on this one. A little pig, and this one is all I want to say owls, but we had owls already. Are they owls again? What were the owls like before there? Maybe, or maybe they're just birds. Doesn't matter, does it? Have a squirrel. can do that one. And we have a wolf and a snowman. These, I think they're pugs, aren't they? Definitely dogs. That one's nice. Bells, little bird. It could be a robin, something like that. Little ducks, a baby duck, parent duck, I would say. Oh, he doesn't look too happy, does he? Oops. And here we have a little critter. Not sure what that is. Hamster? Guinea pig? Mouse? No sign of a tail. I don't know. That one's really sweet. Look at the candy cane it's standing on. That's gorgeous. Oh, monkey of some sort, maybe a chimp. I don't know. Look at its feet. There's a horse. And we have an elephant. Got a little. Is that little socks on? What's that bit? I'm just trying to work out what that is around there. Look at sitting on a present. Oh, so cute, so cute. Sorry. Reindeer, I think. Now that looks like a rat to me. Could be a mouse. And a fox, I'm thinking. I think that's the last one. Yeah. So it tells you here that if you subscribe, you get a free set of pencils. This offer, I think, goes on until the end of the year. I have been saying, actually, the subscription for 12 months, you get a magazine. But it actually says Colouring Heaven is published 13 times a year. So, and here's this says Traditional Christmas Special. So that's their Christmas one that will be coming out, I guess. But I don't know whether if you subscribe now, you'll be in time to get that one. But you can buy their issues separately if you like them. Right, guess which one that I'm going to have to absolutely colour. Now, I might not colour the whole page, but we're definitely going to do some. Pencils. I've got a few pencils here with me. Prismas, Chroma Flow, or... I'm going to use these. These are the Pablo pencils I've got out. Let me just unzip my case. Yeah, we'll do the elephant because it's gorgeous. I still don't know what that is around its feet though. Or arms. I'll have a think as I go. So the Pablo pencils, I'm just going to open up the case. We want greys to start with. I'm sort of thinking I might do the ears in a pink anyway, but we'll get a grey and start with some grey work. Steel grey, and you can just see how they go down. I think I might get some paper to put behind the page actually. I don't always bother when it's a single-sided book, just because if there's any colour transfer, it just goes onto this page. Oh, sorry, kick the desk, not the desk one. But it gives a bit of cushioning quite near the end of the book. So I've grabbed the steel grey. I'm just going to start colouring here. Now, I was reading something about grayscale pictures the other day in a sort of colouring Facebook colouring group, and someone was saying, you know, what do you do with the grayscale? How do you colour it? Now, it's something that I'm not massively experienced in, and the person who replied said, well, the grayscale isn't supposed to show. It's supposed to just indicate to you where you might put your shadows in, and you're supposed to cover it up. Now, that's all very well if the pencils you're using aren't transparent, but if you're using a pencil that's quite see-through, then it's going to be quite difficult. Should come in a bit closer. It's going to be quite difficult not to not see it. But I'm just going to put my colour down and see what happens. Now this pencil's going down quite nicely on this paper. Now the paper, it's reasonably smooth. which means that you don't get loads of white showing through as you colour. You can see that. Well, it's quite pale actually. But it allows you to layer. There's enough tooth to allow you to layer up a bit, which is really good. I have found that it works well with most types of pencils, which is nice because I find some paper is a bit too smooth and doesn't always work with all pencil types. Some people don't like the paper. That's, you know, fair enough. Not everyone's going to like all papers. Some people think it's too thin, and it is quite thin if you look at it. It's here's my copy paper. It feels a bit thicker to me than copy paper, to be honest. I think that is a jumper. That's what it is. Worked it out. And that's the ribbing of the jumper, so the feet are bare. That's how I'm going to colour it anyway. So the paper is a little bit thicker than copy paper, and I actually have no trouble colouring on copy paper anyway. There are papers I prefer, I have to admit that, to copy paper, but I find them fine. They're fine to colour on, so maybe I'm just not fussy with paper. But because these are sold in shops, you can always go along and have a feel for yourself, or just get one and see. Now the pricing will vary from country to country. I think usually the postage is included, so if as long as it knows what country you're in, when you're on the website, then it can calculate the postage. Okay, but it's worth checking before you know, if you, this is the grey, it's a bit darker. I'm going to go over these areas that where the grayscale has been put in, where it says we should have some shadow. Let's use it. So once you put it in your basket, just double check before you buy, see what the postage, see what the total cost is, just to be absolutely sure. You know, it's always wise to do that whatever you're buying. I always am very careful of that myself, because I don't always buy from the UK, and even if I do, sometimes the postage is a bit silly expensive, and you're like, maybe I won't buy it. So it's always worth a look, isn't it? So this is just giving me a little bit of guidance as to where to colour a bit darker. I don't usually colour like this, but it's nice, it's fun, it's easy. There we go. Now I haven't done the tops of the ears. I'm just going to go back to the steel grey and do those. So I guess if you're going to do like I've done and keep it all fairly flat, you want a pencil that you know is going to go on quite nicely and flat. Now mine are quite blunt, and that really helps to get an more even finish, I feel. If it's sharp, it can dig into the paper, you can get little lines, things like that. So that, like this one, this pencil is a lot sharper. You can see the line there, which I'm going to try and just cover up. There we go. Now we've got the bottom of the paws. I think we'll just go darker. Just put my pencils away. There we go. So I think I'm going to go dark grey for those. I think it'd just be a bit darker. Now that is quite covered over the shadowy, you know, the grayscale marks, but I'm going to just use them anyway and go to a darker grey. This is called greyish black, and just go, I know that where they were, sort of around this edge, aren't they? Just put them back in. Now I'm looking at the jumper and hat. I know I need to do the ears, and thinking maybe this bit and this bit will be the same, and maybe this bit and this bit will be the same. Maybe. I'll have a think in a minute, but I'm going to find the right pink for the ears. We don't have, I think the pink is going to be the one. Sell the pink. No, got the wrong colour. Hang on a minute. Sorry. There it is. That it? Pink. Yeah. Here it is. Pink. I don't want to press too hard. I want them to be quite light. Now I know elephant ears don't look like this. They aren't this sort of pink, but I think because this elephant is like the cutest little cartoony elephant, I'm thinking more sort of Dumbo type elephant where, you know, you can get away with pink ears because it's just so cute. Oh. Yeah, so in if you want to know where to find nerd books, if you're in the UK, W.H. Smith's usually has them. I'm not sure if all W.H. Smiths have them. My W.H. Smith's, oh, it does have some. Yeah, my W.H. Smith's has some colouring heaven. I don't know if it has these. Definitely has the specials. And I went to a larger branch in a larger town, and they had all of them, including these pocket editions, and the sort of the seasons ones. There's spring, summer, autumn, winter. It was summer when I went. They had the summer one. So yeah, they do them, and of course, but you can't buy them on W.H. Smith's website. I haven't found them there. I don't think they sell their magazines on their website, but of course you can buy magazines from the publishers, so they probably do it that way instead. So that's quite dark, isn't it? I'm going to put on the darker bits, and then I might try and tone it down a little bit. I'm not sure. Let's use the rose pink to do these bits in here. Yeah, so you can have a little look. In USA, I have heard that Barnes and Noble might do them, but I don't know for sure because obviously I can't check. So there's somewhere to look. I'm pretty sure there's somewhere a shop in Australia that stocks them too, but again, I'm not sure. Now the offer in the back that I showed you with the free pencils, that's a UK only offer. However, for other countries there are reduced membership offers instead. So there is some sort of other deal. I'm just going to tone this down a bit. I'm going to take this granite rose, and just go over the ears with this, because I feel like it's a little bit too bright and also not very neat. And I think if I go over it with this layer, you can see how it can layer up nicely on the page, and it will just tone it down a little bit, make it slightly more salmony, less sort of bright pink, and it just, for me, it's neatened it up a bit. Now I'm not sure whether I'm really ready to do Christmas trees and baubles and presents. It's not quite near enough to Christmas for me. So what I think I might do is finish our little elephant, just the actual elephant, and maybe not do the other details quite yet. Do you know what I mean? It feels early. So anyway, jumper, hat. I think it's got to be Christmas red. So I'm going to have a look at what we have got here. The scarlet feels like just the perfect colour. Oops, just drag it out. Here we go. Scarlet. Now, another thing that's nice about Colouring Heaven, for those of you who do mind about this, is that there's no AI art. They never do that. Now, I was talking to someone about AI art, and it was quite interesting, because as my son actually, because I was saying, well, you know, if you put in something that you've drawn and then you ask it to create some pictures from it, surely that's okay. And they said, well, no, because it still has a big database of other people's art that may have been taken from them without permission, and using that to help it put together its pictures. I thought, that's a good point. I hadn't really thought about it that way before. But I have had, someone did send me an AI colouring book once to review, and I was open. No, they didn't tell me it was AI. I'm layering this up a bit to make it a bit smoother. You can see how it's layering and nice. I didn't know it was AI. And when I looked, I recorded the flip through, and I couldn't find nice things to say about all the pages. Now, sometimes when I flip through a book, there are pages that I personally don't like. Now, that's fine, because I'm not going to like the same as everybody else. So I try and find something nice to say about it anyway, and, you know, it's okay. But these pages, there was so much wrong with them. You know, I was like, well, I can't work out what that is. That's wrong. That just looks wrong, whatever it was, you know, and all this sort of thing. And I was like, I just can't. I don't want to review this and try and be happy and positive about it. And I didn't think it was fair to the author to give them a nasty review. That's not what I like to do. So I got in touch with her and said, is this AI art? And she went, yes. And I said, I'm sorry, you know, I don't really want to do it. Shall I return the book to you? And she was like, no, just pass it on to somebody or whatever. So I put it in the charity shop. But because I don't actually know anyone who likes colouring AI art. But she asked for feedback, so I gave her feedback on every single page, explaining why it wasn't. Either it was impossible to colour because of just the fact that there were things that weren't the right shape or size, or like a squiggle like that, and it didn't end. And it's like, well, what do I do with that? You know, things like that. Or the items were just wrongly proportioned, or you couldn't work out what they were. There were just so many things, and so I just sent her some information, and she said, oh, well, I hope one day I'll be able to make a book that you will like. But I'm thinking, I don't really want AI to get better, because at the moment I can tell when it's AI, and then I can just avoid it because I know it's just not for me. Now, some people say they like AI, it's cheaper, and that sort of thing, and they don't mind the fact that it isn't perfect. But I personally feel better doing something where I know who's made it. Now, I know a lot of artists will digitally enhance their art. Now, that is a completely different thing, because they've drawn it. They may have drawn it on a computer or by hand, and then they use a computer to finish it. That's not AI art at all. That is where their imagination has made the picture. And so if someone draws digitally, I've got no problem with it at all. But yeah, I personally think that AI is never going to get good enough to take over all these things that people say it's going to do. You know, I know that I have lost a lot of work due to it, in that I used to be a writer, and there's no work because AI does it all. There's nothing. And someone told me the other day about a friend of theirs who'd suddenly found there was no work, and they were a writer. I was like, yeah. But I think that's gonna disappear eventually. People are gonna cotton on and go, hey, actually, I really dislike this. I'm not going to buy your magazine. I'm not going to buy your products off your website because your writing just doesn't make sense, or whatever it might be. You know, I'm going to choose a darker red to do some of the dark areas. I'll probably come back and do a bit more of the scarlet. I just want a bit of a change. So I'm going to grab the Bordeaux red, which is a nice darker red. Here it is. There we go. So I can understand that a lot of people can't afford lots of colouring books, and so AI is a cheaper alternative. However, most of us have lots of books. Maybe if we finished all the books we had, we wouldn't need to buy lots more, so it wouldn't be an issue, maybe. But I know buying new books, I'm guilty as anybody else. It's such a nice thing to have a new book, and you know, but maybe saving up to have a few less, so that you just have human drawn ones, something like that, you know. But actually, here in the UK, postage is so expensive now, I'm just going to sharpen the pencil, that even if the book is cheap, the postage is still quite expensive. So I actually find it doesn't make a huge amount of difference. I'm just going back over my red. You know, as a percentage of the cost, postage is more. But with the these Colouring Heaven, I think the postage is included. And of course, you can, as I said before, you might be able to go to your shop and buy them. So then you're not even paying postage. It is cheaper to subscribe though. Not obviously you can't these don't come with a subscription. But if you're interested in the monthly magazines, which are called Special, they've always got Special in their title. Those yeah, those are part of the subscription. So it's good that you can do it in different ways. You can buy just the single issues, you can go to the newsagents and pick them up, or you can subscribe. Right, there is that. Now, I tend to do bobbles and things in white, and it's already in white, and I'm just pondering what to do really. I have a white pencil. Pondering, maybe let's do them in green. Then they're a colour. But we've got green trees, but I'll do them in a different green to what I would do the trees. Right, let's have a little look at our swatch chart. Let me show you the swatch chart. So this is my Pablo swatch chart. I didn't make it. This was actually designed by Beck's DIY Colourcharts.etsy.com. And it came with the pencils because someone gifted these to me with the chart with it. She'd bought them, she'd used them a little bit and she wasn't keen, so she sent them to me. It was very kind of her. Now I'm thinking for my pine trees or whatever, probably be doing these bluey greens, maybe the spruce, but the darker bluish, maybe these. So I'm thinking that maybe the grass green is my best bet for the jumper, because it's quite a different green to these. I'll probably do these darker ones. That's assuming I actually use the same set of pencils, because I might forget what I've used. So it's the grass green. Let's have a go at this little bit down here. Now, I am going to try and colour in this direction here for this, because we've got these little lines drawn on, which are our ribbing lines. So just draw it like this. Now, if you wish, because this is knitted, you could draw some lines on it too. I'm just going in the other direction for a minute. You could draw some lines on it. Oh, we haven't done that bit in there. To show a bit more of the stitching, but I'm okay with it being plainer. I think it just fits with the style of the drawing and the picture to leave the things a little bit plainer. I'm just going to do, see that bit in there, I think that might have a jumper on. It's a little bit hard to know, isn't it? But I'm just going to grab my scarlet and just colour in that little bit down there. And also use a bit of my bordeaux over that darker bit. Just to, you could do the darker bits first, if you think that will help you to see a little bit better as to where they are. There we go. Right, and back to our grass green. I'm going to do this bit and the bobble. So we probably need a darker green as well to do these slightly darker areas, but I'm just going to use this one first. Such a cutie. I will post a completed picture of this once I'm done. As I say, it might not be until, I might finish it soon, but you know, I'm not quite in the mood for Christmas colouring really, but this bit is cute. I'll post the completed picture at some point on my socials. It would also be in my completed pages video too. You know, I'm thinking I probably will get this done sooner rather than later, just because I don't like having unfinished pictures hanging around. So I'll probably do it. But I'll share it. Let me think. When it's going to be. It might still be in October. I don't know. We'll see. It is a bit early, isn't it? I always worry a little bit about starting Christmas colouring too early, because then I sort of lose my mojo. Like today, it's actually, what's the date today? The 12th of October, and I've had enough of Halloween colouring. I've done so much already, I just don't want to do it anymore. Right, that's not very even at the moment, but I want a darker green just to do the shadowy bits, and then I'm going to go back over it. I think the greyish green could work quite well. Just trying to find it. Here we go. The greyish green. It doesn't look that dark looking at the barrel, but it is. Can't really see where it's dark on that one. Looks like it's here. It's quite hard to see, to be honest. I can't tell if that's dark or if it's just where I accidentally covered it with a bit of red. But no, I think it is a bit darker there. But you can always add in a few bits yourself if you want. You don't have to follow exactly this. I'm going to sharpen my grass green and then we'll tidy up a bit. There we go. Oh, we haven't done the bobble. We'll get there. I might do the darker areas first on the bobble, see if that's easier for me to see where they are once I colour them. As I said, it all depends on whether you've got a transparent pencil or not, as to whether it covers it over or not. Oh, it's just such a little cute face, isn't it? So cute. I haven't really planned any Christmas colouring yet. I've been planning Halloween, and then I've finished my Halloween videos, I think. Got Johanna's book coming out, so I'm just going to grab the greyish green and do the darker areas on the bobble here. Yeah, we've got Johanna's book coming out, so I'm sort of focusing on getting up ready for that really. It's about 10 days until release date in the USA. Hoping I get mine quite soon too, but you know, I hope I might get mine on the 22nd. Last time her book came out, because I pre-ordered it from Waterstones, mine came out a day early on the UK, so I was the first UK person to get a flip through out on YouTube. I like to get a flip through out nice and early, partly because, well, because my first look through is my flip through, then I'm always want to do it because I want to see what the book's like. So as soon as it arrives, I'm there filming it, and then I might as well just get it up for you quickly as well, so you can see what it's like. And sometimes I think people like to see the UK edition just to see if it's very different from the US edition or whatever. But I have finished Our Little Friend. There he is. Look how sweet he is. So cute. but the rest of the picture I won't do on video. But I'd be quite interested to know how it would work with alcohol markers with the shading, whether if you just put one over, whether it would just show up, or whether you'd go over that bit with another layer to just darken it. But I don't really know how to use them, to be honest. I suppose you could do that with a normal water-based marker as well. You could put one layer down and then another one here, but it'd be very hard to get it neat, I would think. But anyway, I've had a lot of fun doing it in pencil, so there's of course that option. But thank you for watching the flip through. I hope that you have a super day and the snow hasn't made you feel too cold. Yeah, have fun and happy colouring.